Today is going to be fertilizing day, so we're just starting out the day. And Joe is here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Did you get all your jobs done?
Yes.
You collected laundry?
Yes.
Brushed your teeth?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Did Peter and Maria help you?
Yes.
Who, Peter or Maria?
Yeah.
Maria did. That's nice.
Next time.
Okay, see you next time. So as I was saying, we're going to be fertilizing flowers today. I planted everything on Tuesday. Well, not this. This I bought from Aldi. And, you know, I always wonder why when I have begonias, they get like this. Their leaves always get like all wrinkly. But the flowers, I mean, the flowers always look beautiful. Warren's in the background. You can hear him. He's getting ready to go mow the ditch bank. So by the time you see this video, you will have already seen the video where Warren did a full day in the life of like cranberry farming and everything, which was really, really fun. I didn't share this in the video because it was just all him, but he actually that day got 2 hours and 11 minutes of footage. I don't know if that means anything to anybody out there. It does if you have a channel of your own. That is a lot of footage to have to edit. I mean, if I just watched it straight through, it's going to take me over 2 hours, you know. I edited that down. I think the video is about 25 minutes. If you haven't seen it, you want to. It's really kind of fun. And I was amazed. Oh, I'm still hearing mowing going on. But what I was saying there is that in that video, at the very end of that video, he was actually getting the ditch bank mower onto the John Deere, and so that's what he's still doing, still mowing ditch banks here. It takes a while. So what I'm going to do here this morning is get my all my water jugs. I always use milk jugs and things like that, juice jugs, whatever I can fill with water. And I'm going to get the fertilizer in there. We're going to fertilize flowers this morning. I had planted everything on Tuesday, so that's given them about 48 hours to put down some roots. And now I'm going to fertilize. I have never mastered backing up like a trailer. Come on. Now I have to do that direction. Hey, look at that. Wow. Wow, that actually worked out. Yes. I have been looking around for the last 15 minutes for my Tiger Bloom, and I knew that at the end of last year I had bought a full gallon. And it's, yeah, it feels like it's about 3/4 full. So for a heavy feeding, it says 4 teaspoons. I don't measure, I just pour. I know that's a little bit over a tablespoon. So I'm just going to put some in here. That looks good. So I'm giving these a heavy feeding today. Cover back on, give it a little shake, and start fertilizing. I've never had these pink pinheads before, so I really look forward to seeing if they're a fast-growing plant. You know, are the petunias going to grow faster than that and then smother it out? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Well, I can tell I have a lot less flowers this year than in past years because fertilizing didn't take hardly any time at all. That's all done, and I realized I wanted to show you the planters. So I said I got some metal planters from a garage sale. So originally I'd thought I would spray paint them white, and then honestly I just didn't get to it because I thought it would look really nice with our white posts here if the whole like basket was spray painted white. Anyway, I didn't do that. So I did pick up the cocoa mats, and then last night Warren came out and he found like some eye hooks. I guess, I don't know if you call those actual eye hooks because they're not completely closed at the top, but whatever those little hooks are called, and got those screwed into the beam, and then we worked at getting them even. I can see though why the lady was selling them at the sale, because they were nearly, I mean, I can't say impossible, but it was hard to get them even. The chains, Warren kept having to like crimp links and everything. It's done now, and this one over here is perfect. It's nice and level. And then this one here, we kind of monkeyed with for about 20 minutes trying to get it perfectly level. But I do think that as soon as they start to, you know, like the flowers really start to grow, you won't even notice that. I know I've said this before, but my favorite part of having the flowers in the summer is like the act of growing them and watching them grow and nurturing them and everything. That's what I like. I'm gonna get the kids doing some quick outside jobs here for me, and then well, that would be Joseph, Peter, Maria, because Sam's actually working on the marsh today, and then we're gonna go to the hardware store because they said today they were gonna start having all the flowers 75% off, and I thought I need some more. Look at all these containers I still have to fill. Some of them are broken, so I may have to retire some of them to the dumpster, and I need more potting soil. So while they're doing jobs, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna print off some labels. I have some cookbooks to ship out today. Thank you guys so much for supporting that endeavor. I had no idea how that was gonna go over, and it's going over very well, and I do appreciate that. Okay, you kids, I do have a little job that I want you and Maria to do. Actually, I think I'm gonna have you and Joe do this job, and I have a different job for Maria. So out in the front by the spireas,
What is spireas?
you know, by the bird feeder, although I took the bird feeder down for the summer.
Yeah.
You know where I'm talking?
Yeah.
And there's all those bricks that lay as the edging.
Yeah.
And outside in the grass, there's a whole bunch of rocks that go into the landscaping. Can you go along that whole thing, picking up all those rocks and tossing them back into the landscaping?
Okay.
Okay, I was gonna say, you better say yes. I'm gonna get Joe, I'm gonna send him over there.
Why I'm
Yeah, what are you doing?
Well, so I got a whittling book, and you can make like chickens and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna cut right here.
Yep.
So then I just have this piece. This part is the neck. This part is I'm gonna whittle. This part I'm gonna whittle out the head and neck. This part I'm gonna whittle out the legs, and this part I'm gonna whittle out the tail.
Okay.
And then I'll make a chicken.
Are you singing?
Yeah.
What were you singing? It sounds like Auld Lang Syne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
So, all right. So your job is going to be to wash the window on the door going from outside into the garage. And I want you to wash both the inside and the outside of it.
Okay.
And there is a step stool in the garage if you need one to get all the way up to the top, okay?
Okay.
What's Peter's garden?
I've been down in the garden for about 10 minutes or so, and I just wanted to point out that how well this black fabric works. I know I talked to you guys about it last year, and I cannot tell you, come on, we got one weed there, and I just cannot tell you how much time this has saved me. It was a lot of work putting it in. Before we used the black fabric, like basically my kid's entire life, we would come down here and we'd either like set a time, we're gonna weed for 1 hour, and we would maybe get a few rows done. You did not get very much done because it was so weedy. We just have the kind of soil that no matter how much tilling, because I would also come down and do between the rows with a gas-powered tiller, you know, to get kind of like to stir up the soil, you know, through each row, in between each row. And then on top of that, we would still spend hours weeding around each individual plant until they finally got big enough, which was usually not until the end of July or something, and just weeding and weeding and weeding and weeding. And then even after that, once everything would come, you know, once the vegetables started coming and we had to start processing it all, then there was no weeding time left because we had to switch to processing. And then the weeds, like in anything like cucumbers or pumpkins, things like that, the weeds would literally be just like chest deep and or chest high. We could still find what we needed, but it looked like a mess. So this black fabric has just done wonders for the garden. I feel like I'm getting much better production out of the garden because it's not having, the plants aren't having to compete for weeds, and you know, all of the water that's watered onto them actually goes to the plants and not just the weeds. All right, so I have the row of onions here. I only did 1 row of onions this year. Last year I did 2, and that's why there's all those empty holes over there, because now I have like cucumbers and things, and zucchini actually right there, and then some cucumbers down there. So what I'm doing here, because I just have a few minutes before it's gonna be time to make lunch, I'm just coming along and pulling any weeds that I see. And it only takes me about 15 minutes to get the whole entire garden done. I got some little volunteer dill still popping up everywhere. I still need to get through the beans. I weeded everything else, but I wanted to do a quick count. So I planted just about 350 bean seeds, and I have 150, like 149 I think exactly, germinated so far. And so it's not even 50%. So better than last year though. If you are keeping track or remember back from last year, it was horrible. So at least these are looking good. I do think that they are going to need some more fertilizer though. So Monday will be fertilizing day, and it's Thursday right now. I know you guys can hear Warren in the back. He's still mowing ditch banks, and will be for a while. But I need to get up and do lunch and make some lunch for everyone. I do like to fertilize my flowers on Mondays and Thursdays, and then on Mondays I also do the vegetable garden. And I find that that is not overkill, because you know, if you fertilize too much, all you're going to do is produce greenery, which looks beautiful. I mean, it looks beautiful to the people driving up to your house. But if there's no vegetables, then what was the point of it all, right? So I'm going to, yeah. Okay, Peter's been working on whittling, so let's go see how far he's come. Fertilize often, but not too often. And it really just comes from trial and error, getting to know your soil type, and I guess that's it, your soil type. Oh my gosh, Peter, that is so cute.
Yeah, so I made the
comb. I love
comb.
The feathers.
Yeah, I made the comb.
The comb.
The beak is actually made out of a match.
Uh-huh.
I made the legs, and then I'm making the tail feathers.
That is so cute.
And all you do for the tail feathers is, it's very hard. You gotta press down super hard. And then you just have to, like, if you just keep on going for a long ways, these will just snap off. So you gotta go for just a little ways, kind of like that.
Uh-huh.
And then if like it's not curled, you can take your knife and just curl it a little bit so it's curled.
Cute.
Yeah. It's gonna look something like this.
I remember last March not having any place to go all of a sudden and finding myself with this huge pile of clothes that needed to be ironed. And one day I just started ironing them, and I found myself throughout like all of 2020 just ironing clothes. And then now we actually, you know, there's places to go now again. I'm still ironing the clothes. Anybody else out there find that you're doing something now that maybe you didn't do before, you know, the country was, or the world was shut down in 2020? For me, it's ironing. I find myself doing more and more ironing these days. I'm just looking for Warren because after lunch I said, "You want to get the mail? Walk down and get the mail?" And he's like, "Yeah." But he had to get the boys going. I don't really know what he's got the boys doing, but I heard him in the shed talking to them in that very serious tone. You know, the tone of like, here's what you got to do. Don't screw it up. And I thought since we're going for a walk, I should probably take ESKA with. So I'm going to get her in her collar and leash and everything. She used to not have to be a leash dog very much, but now that she's a city dog coming back to the country, Amber doesn't want her running off and ransacking through the woods, finding dead things to roll in and whatever, because then she stinks, or now her tummy can't quite handle stuff like that anymore. So anyway, I'm gonna get her ready to go for a walk now. And there she goes. Whoa! Was that a rabbit? Was it?
Yeah,
Rabbit.
even with the prong collar, she still was ready to go.
What do you have the boys doing today?
They wiped maple trees this morning with Roundup, and now I have them working on an old Power King tractor. Put dual wheels on the front and back, take an old sickle mower off, and then put on the loader attachment. Basically, I'd like to build that tractor into a backup harrow rake. It's supposed to rain this afternoon, and I don't want them rounduping and then have it start to rain and wash it off. They like working in the shop anyway.
We're at the post office now, so Crystal in Pennsylvania and Megan in Texas, their cookbooks are on their way. Thank you. Back at the hardware store, here's what I'm finding. Lots and lots of these little super bells and super petunias and a couple geraniums. I didn't see these the other day. Those are beautiful for full sun. And I got some of these impatiens here. These say for part shade, so these should go well down by our front fence. And yeah, I found some more lantana. This is the white. Is this what I already have, I think? The pina colada and some more pina colada, so. Oh, and there's another one over there too. That's got a different name to it. I think it's something like tropical punch. Just beautiful. So I think with enough fertilizer and some good amounts of water, everything here is going to do really well. And today everything is 75% off. So yeah, if you're still looking for flowers, definitely check all your local hardware stores and things. They usually start clearancing it out because they're like, you know, we don't really want to have to water this any longer. I'm just stopping into one of my favorite little shops here. This shop is actually in Pittsville, Wisconsin, the Apothecary. And it's on the main drag, so you're going to hear lots of semis. But actually, I already stopped in and see, I picked up some stuff. So I'll show you when I get home what I picked up. Fun little shop. If you ever get a chance, you guys stop in there. So I picked up this Epic Blend Coconut Body Wash. It has green tea extract. I don't know, it doesn't really matter to me. It's just smelled or smells so good. So I picked this up there today. And then also I got a dress. She just started carrying some clothes, like fun boutique style clothes, and I picked up this dress. Oh, it's all cutely packaged up here. But anyway, here is the fabric, and it's just like a maxi dress, but it has a slit up both sides, so it's kind of loose fit. It's got a tank top to it. Really reasonably priced. And it has pockets, so you know, it can't really get much better than that. I need to grab the kids because before I stopped at the hardware store and here at the Apothecary, I told the kids, or actually they asked, can we play at the playground? And there's like a little park here, so I dropped them there. They're playing at the park, and I'm gonna go back and grab them. All right, come on in.
What took you so long?
I did some shopping. I went to the hardware store, and then I went to the Apothecary.
What is this?
I forgot to mention that if you are in the Pittsville area and you stop in at the Apothecary, you can pick up my cookbook because she sells it there too. Well, we're just home from, you know, the little local small town, and I'm pretty sure these must have been in someone's way. I've never seen the kayaks hanging out here like that before. I know that we've got a couple teenage boys working in the shop on a tractor, so that must be what's going on. They needed to get those out of the way. We've got Carl and Golden Cookie always following us around. They're the only two that ever want to get out, aren't they, Maria?
Mm-hmm. Like once when I went to put them away, Blackberry went out, but they're the only ones that want to get out. I mean, Blackberry and Speedy, they just like their little house thing.
When I had gotten that like generic brand Miracle Grow at Aldi, I got it at such a great price, and then at the hardware store today, I just didn't want to spend that. They had Miracle Grow, but it was a lot. So I got this for like $1 something a bag. I want to say $1.99. Yeah. Yep, put that in there. Good. Yeah, that's our little trick when you need to have something to stop the water from getting out, but yet you still want some water to get through. We just use a paper plate. These little pots here we picked up for $1 at Dollar Tree. And the dark brown ones, which is like this here, these didn't have any problems cracking, but you have to actually punch the holes. They have little spots marked out for them. And this one I punched and I cracked it completely. So then we found a new way, and now we just do it that direction, and it doesn't crack. Yeah.
But you still have to pull the little tabs out.
You do have to pull the tabs
And
out,
it
yep.
works good if you just...
I'm not sure if it's getting it through the camera, but there's a beautiful, beautiful rainbow. So I completely forgot to pull the camera. Oh my gosh, look it over there. I completely forgot to pull the camera out at the restaurant, but we tried a new cafe and it was delicious. Everything was so good.
Dad, pick it.
Oh, look at that.
See it?
I can see it.
I don't know.
Oh, cool lightning too.
Oh,
Just a full rainbow. How cool.
Dad.